Alright, welcome back. So, now na na-discuss na natin ang ating part 1 ng Small Coffee Business Training, which is yung basics about coffee. Proceed naman tayo sa ating next part, which is how to start a small coffee business. Okay, simulan natin sa advantages of a coffee shop business. So, alam nyo ba na ang isang coffee business is actually very profitable? So, according to research, business research, ang coffee business ay isa sa top 5 profitable businesses for the past 20 years. So, bakit nga ba profitable ang coffee business? So, later po, magkakaroon tayo ng coffee costing guide. Okay. And then number 2 is fulfilling your vision. So alam ko naman na kaya po kayo nag-avail ng online training na to ay dahil gusto nyong ma-fulfill ang inyong dream or ang inyong vision na gusto nyong simulan ang business sa pamamagitan ng pagsisimula ng isang coffee shop. So, iba-iba ang gusto ng mga tao and every time nag-start kayo ng something new, you are already fulfilling a vision. And then number 3 is to create, you can create your own schedule. So, ang coffee shop po, it can run the whole day. So, may nagko-coffee sa morning, sa gabi. Okay? So, any time of the day, pwedeng-pwede ang coffee business. So, yun ang advantage din na pwede kayo mag-operate sa gabi lang or pwedeng sa morning time lang. But if you can run the business ng maghapon, that's better. And also, number 4 is that ang isang coffee shop, meron po yung broad customers. So, just imagine ang milk tea drink, hindi yan iinumin ng more than once a day compare kay coffee. And also, hindi mo rin iinumin ng milk tea ng araw-araw. Okay? Not only milk tea, other beverages din. How about comparing it to cake products, which is talaga namang paborito nating lahat yan. So, hindi ako bibili ng cake araw-araw din. So, just imagine, pag coffee, araw-araw pwedeng inumin. Any time of the day pa. At syempre, hindi lang once a day mag-coffee ang mga tao. So, just like me, I can consume up to 4 cups a day. So, that's the advantages of a coffee shop business. So, ngayon, proceed naman tayo sa coffee costing. Ayan, let's start with coffee costing guide for the basic coffee drink at pinaka-popular din. Ito yung ating cafe americano or black coffee. So alam naman natin, ito po yung isang espresso shot na dinagdagan natin ng water. We already have a cafe americano. Okay, so how much is the profit? Ito yung mga sasagutin natin. So first of all, ang isang espresso shot, 7 grams of coffee grinds ang kailangan natin. So kung i-divide natin ang 1 kilo to 7 grams, so that's 1,000 grams to 7 grams, kaya pong gumawa ng 142 cups ang isang kilo ng coffee beans. So, ano ba yung price ng coffee beans? So, average na specialty coffee beans na nabibili po, even yung ginagamit namin dito sa shop na later, pwede nyo pong kunin din. Or actually, nasend na rin namin sa email nyo yun kung sino yung supplier namin nito. So, ito po ay 480 pesos per kilo. But meron din kayong mahanap na mas mura pa dito. Depende sa preference nyo. So, mag-stick kayo dun sa coffee beans na gustong-gusto nyo yung lasa niya. So, very important yung espresso base natin. Now, magkano nga ba ang halaga ng isang espresso shot? So, ang gagawin po natin, 480 pesos, i-divide natin sa number of cups, which is 142. So, meaning, makukuha natin just 3 something, 3.38. Okay? Divide by 142, that's 3.38. Pero gawin na natin 4 pesos. So, let's say the espresso shot, 4 pesos yung halaga niya. Pero syempre, gagamit tayo ng paper cup, which is yung 8-ounce cup na may takip is 5 pesos. Plus, every time na may bumibili po ng cafe americano, nalalagyan na namin yun ng 2 creamer, 2 sugar. So, that's 4 pesos. So, all in all, that's 13 pesos yung ating pinakapuhunan for the cafe americano. Okay. So, alam nyo ba na itong markup na to ay sa coffee lang kayang gawin. So, actually, kaya mo pong i-4 times ang iyong kita or kayang mag-markup ng 4 times dito sa ating cafe americano. So, 4 times 13, that's 52 pesos. So, meaning malinis ang 52 pesos mo for every cup of cafe americano. And then, para makapag-price ka naman sa menu mo, i-add ko yung 52 pesos sa puhunan na 13 pesos. So, that's 65 pesos. So, yan po ang price ng ating cafe Americano. Okay. So, hindi mo kayang gawin sa ibang mga beverages yung times 4 na profit. So, like for example, milk tea, nag-costing ako nito talagang hanggang times 2. Mataas na yung price agad niya sa dami ng ingredients na nilalagay din doon. Okay, so again, for the whole coffee costing guide, please refer to our coffee costing guide Excel sheet na sinend po namin sa mga email nyo. Okay, so now proceed naman tayo sa different types of coffee businesses that you can start. So we have the cafe setting, coffee bar, coffee house, retail coffee shop, drive-through coffee shops, coffee carts and trucks na mas kilalang pop-up coffee business, roasters, or roastery or retailers. So alamin natin kung ano-ano ba yung pinakaiba ng mga to. First is the cafe setting na kung saan sa cafe setting, hindi lang coffee products yung available. Meron din po ditong mga nagsaserve din ng breakfast, ng lunch, ng dinner, or other food products. So that's the cafe setting. Next is the coffee bar na kung saan ang coffee bar naman, it only focuses on coffee products or beverages and also cakes, pastries, bread. So yan po yung mga meron sa isang coffee bar business. Next is coffee houses. So yung mga coffee houses naman natin, ito na yung mga mas malaking mga coffee bars na kung saan dito po malalaki yung space, maraming couches, and then may malakas ang wifi, pwede magstay maghapon. So usually ito yung mga nasa malalayong location din. So, yan ang ating mga coffee house. Next, retail coffee shop. So, sa mga retail coffee shop naman, available po dito ang mga coffee products and also mga equipments in making coffee. Alright, next is the drive-thru coffee shop. So, ito naman, maganda po itong nakapwesto or nakalocate sa mga anywhere na talagang daanan ng mga tao sa mga highways and also sa mga gasoline station din. So, maliit na space lang ang required pero kailangan mabilis ang preparation ng coffee drinks. Alright, so ito naman yung mga coffee carts and trucks or kaya naman mga pop-up coffee shop. So, mas maliit yung space na required, mas konting puhunan at pwede pong mag-prepare ng coffee even without the use of an espresso machine. So, that's the idea of putting up naman a pop-up coffee shop. Ayan. And finally, the roastery. So, yung atin naman pong mga roastery, so sila din yung mga sinasabi nating master chef pagdating sa preparation of coffee. So, sila po yung nagpo-provide sa atin ng freshly roasted coffee beans na pinaka-main ingredient natin, syempre, sa paggawa ng coffee. Okay, so yan po yung mga 7 different coffee businesses na pwede nating simulan. Pero i-add na natin dyan yung mga online coffee shop business. So, pwedeng i-online ang ating business kahit walang location. So, pwedeng sa bahay lang, simulan na ang ating coffee business. So, pwedeng mag-put up ng isang online business store. Okay, or online coffee shop. Yan. Okay, so now na na-discuss na natin yung ating different types of coffee businesses, proceed naman tayo sa ating next topic which is the tips in opening a coffee shop business. So, syempre kahit ano pong business yan, very important that we have a business plan. So, may isi-share po ako na video sa inyo na kung saan makikita po natin doon yung mga important na part ng isang business plan. Also, the advantages of having a business plan. And after this, meron din po kaming sinend via email na template na pwede nyo pong gamitin para mag-create ng isang business plan. So, ito po ay editable Word format. Okay. So, panoorin po natin ang ating video.
A business plan is a written document, a roadmap, describing a company's core business activities, objectives, and its plans to realize its goals. Banks, venture capital firms, or investors often ask for a viable business plan before considering providing capital or loan to businesses. There are different kinds of business plans, each serve different purposes. Types of business plans include, but are not limited to, startup business plans, internal business plans, strategic business plans, growth business plans, operations business plans, feasibility business plans, But then, here comes the question: how to write a business plan? Don't worry. It is a systematic process and can be done in some steps. A business plan consists of several sections, usually of 8 or 9 sections. Let us have a look at these sections of a business plan to have a general understanding of its structure. 1. Executive summary. 2. Company description. 3. Market analysis. 4. Product or services. 5. Marketing and sales strategy. 6. Organization and management. 7. Financial plan. 8. Appendix. Now, let us have a deeper look in each section and explain 8 steps on how to write a good business plan for your business. Step 1. Write an executive summary. A good executive summary is one of the most crucial sections of your plan. It's also the last section you should write. So here is the tip: write your executive summary after you have completed the entire business plan. Executive summary is an overview of your business. It summarizes all the key information about your business in a few pages. It's a high-level look at your whole business plan, and it summarizes the other sections of your plan. Keep it between 1 to 3 pages. Give the following information in the executive summary: the name and location of your business, your business concept. What does your business do? What are your business goals and vision? What does your business want to do? What are your products or services? Which problem do they solve? Which need do they meet? Why are they different? What sets your business apart from your competitors? Who are your target customers? Who do you sell to? Why will they choose you? How do you plan to reach your customers? What will be your marketing strategy? A summary of your basic financial figures. What is your revenue and profits? What will it be in the future? Sales and profits projections for the next 3 or 5 years. A summary of your business's current stage. How much funding do you need? How will you use this money? Who are included in your management team? How will they contribute to the business? Step 2. Write your company description. Your company description is the place to present your strengths. In this section, you need to provide detailed information about your company. Give your audience detailed information about your legal structure, location, history, and background information if you're already up and running. Your business's vision, mission statement, and value proposition. Your business model. Go into detail about the problems your business solves. Your industry. Business objectives, both short and long term. Step 3. Write your market analysis. In this step, you will have to define your ideal customer and the actual and potential size of your market. You'll need a good understanding of your industry outlook and target market. For industry outlook, you will need some industry statistics, such as industry size, industry dynamics, industry trends, market demand, economic indicators, market saturation, market growth, etc. To define your target market and make a customer segmentation, you will need some of their information like location, income, age, gender, education, profession, hobbies, etc. A competitive analysis is also needed to show you what other businesses are doing and what their strengths are. What do successful competitors do? Why does it work? Can you do it better? Here is a simple process on how you can analyze your competition. Profile your competitors, develop a basic profile of each of your current competitors, and answer these questions about each one. What are their products and/or services? How do you compare your products and/or services with theirs? What are their main goals? What are they trying to achieve? What marketing strategies do they use? Look at their advertising, public relations, etc. How can you take market share away from their business? What are their strengths? What are their weaknesses? It is also a good time to place your SWOT analysis in this part of your business plan. SWOT is an acronym that stands for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. SWOT analysis is a strategic planning technique that enables you to assess your core strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Here is a simple process on how you can conduct your SWOT analysis. Before starting, keep in mind, strengths and weaknesses are internal factors and depend on your existence and activities. They arise from situations inside your organization. Opportunities and threats are external factors which are independent from your existence and activities. They arise from situations outside your organization. List your business's strengths. Strengths are things that your organization does particularly well, or in a way that distinguishes you from your competitors. It can be price or cost advantages, location of your business, your product, service quality, employees, capital, credit, existing customers, distribution channels, etc. List your business's weaknesses. List things in your business that you consider to be weaknesses, that put your business at a disadvantage to others. Weaknesses can include increased costs, limited resources, absence of new products or clients, lack of expertise, lack of intellectual property, declining market share, poor location, etc. List potential opportunities for your business. List possible external opportunities for your business. Define what opportunities are open to you and what trends you can take advantage of. Finally, discuss on how you can turn your strengths into opportunities. Some potential opportunities can include growth in the industry and economy, changing government regulations for your advantage, new technology, partnerships, etc. List potential threats to your business. List possible external threats for your business. Describe what threats could harm you. Some potential threats can include shrink in the industry, slowdown in the economy, rise in supplier prices, unavailability of raw material, shifts in consumer behavior, new products or technologies, changing government regulations against your business, etc. Now, you can use your strengths and minimize your weaknesses to take advantage of the opportunities and to overcome threats. Try to overcome your weaknesses in order to take advantage of the opportunities. Step 4. Write your product or service description. In this section, you need to describe what you sell or what service you offer and to which price. Explain what your product or service does and how it functions. Explain how it benefits your customers and what the product life cycle looks like. Give details about production, delivery, and distribution processes. Describe your pricing structure. Describe how your products or services are better than your competitors. Explain any liability issues associated with the product, if applicable. Step 5. Write your marketing and sales strategy. It is very important to describe how you'll attract and retain customers. You also need to describe how your sales process works. Your marketing plan should be supported by your financial projections. With your budget in place, you can begin to define specific marketing strategies that will address your goals, reach your target audience, and build your client base. Each strategy should be related to a specific goal and should be made up of numerous actions. After setting up your marketing strategies, you need to develop an implementation schedule that shows which marketing actions will be done, when, and by whom. The schedule should also include the cost of each marketing action. Some examples of marketing strategies are social media advertising, search engine optimization, word of mouth, blogging, print ads, flyers, YouTube videos, webinars, networking events, radio, television ads, etc. Step 6. Organization and management. Your business is only as good as the team that runs it. Describe your audience, how your management and team will be structured, and who will run it. Identify your team members, define who's in charge of what, and explain why they are the ones who can be successful in this organization. Highlight each person's expertise, unique experience, and qualifications. Also, mention the roles you still need to hire to grow your company and the cost of hiring these roles. You can also consider using an organizational chart to summarize the structure of your organization. Step 7. Write your financial plan. The financial plan describes a business's historical financial state, if applicable, and future financial projections. The financial section of a business plan is composed of assumptions used for projections, 3 financial statements, income statement, cash flow statement, balance sheet, and projections made for these statements. Break-even analysis. Funding request. Exit strategy. The statement of shareholders' equity should also be included to give a brief idea about company's ownership and equity structure. If your business is already established, include income statements, balance sheets, and cash flow statements for the last 3 years. If you are just starting up, include your startup expenses and assets to fund. Provide a prospective financial outlook for the next 3 to 5 years. Include forecasted income statements, balance sheets, cash flow statements, and capital expenditure budgets. For the first year, make monthly projections. This is the ideal place to use graphs and charts. Step 8. Appendix. Finally, this is the last section of your business plan. Use your appendix to provide supporting documents or other materials. Common items to include are financial statements, charts, schedules, assumptions, credit histories, resumes, product pictures, letters of reference, licenses, permits, patents, legal documents, and other contracts. Thank you for watching this video. We hope that these 8 steps are helpful for you in writing your business plan. We are business plan and pitch deck consultants, and it's our pleasure to help you through your way in every stage of your business. Visit us at www.peakplans.co if you need a professional assistance in writing your business plan or pitch deck.
Okay, so I hope marami po tayong natutunan to sa video na pinanood natin. Okay, so eventually, you can also create your own business plan for your coffee shop business. Okay, number 2 among the tips na pwede nating sundan or sundin, at katulad po namin, ginawa din po namin itong mga to, is syempre, number 2, find the best location for your coffee shop business. Ang kagandahan po sa coffee shop business, kahit saan, pwede mo siyang ilagay. Malapit sa school, malapit sa community, malapit sa kung saan may target customers tayo. So yung example lang po, yung coffee business na sinimulan namin ay malapit sa community at sa school din. So yun yung mga target customers natin. Number 3 is hiring an accountant. Not necessarily mag-hire. Pwede po tayong kumuha ng mga services ng accounting na accountants, no? Kung saan may sinendin po kami sa inyo via email si Miss Caroline Acua. So marami po mga accounting firms, no, na kung saan as low as 500 pesos ino-offer nila yung kanilang mga bookkeeping services. Even yung pag-a-apply ng mga permits or pag-provide ng mga kailangan nyo sa business nyo. At pwede nyo rin silang gawing mga business consultant dahil talaga nagbibigay sila ng free consultation, lalong-lalo na sa mga gusto mag-avail ng services nila. So just imagine, hindi mo kailangan mag-hire at magpasweldo ng 20 to 25,000 for an accountant dahil ito pong mga accounting firms na nandito ay talagang pwedeng i-provide the same services na kailangan po natin sa business. Okay. And then, number 4 is to shop around for everything. Ano ba yung mga kailangan natin? Mga tools, equipments, ingredients for making coffee, and also housekeeping tools din. So, may sinend din po kami sa inyo via email. Ito po yung mga personal list namin nung nag-start at isang standard list din po. So, you can check your email. And then, number 5 is to develop your marketing plan even before you open. Na napaka-importante po magkaroon ka or makapag-create ka na or makapag-establish ka na ng iyong business page sa Facebook, no? Facebook business page or sa Instagram page din. Na kung saan dapat ma-excite mo na yung mga customers, mga target customers mo. So, bago ka pa man mag-open ng iyong coffee shop. Okay. And then, alam naman natin, no, ang mga customers ngayon, bago pa yan pumunta sa isang business, chine-check niya na yan sa Facebook pa lang. So, saan ba to located? Paano ba pumunta dito? Ano yung mga products or ano yung mga nasa menu nila? Ano yung best seller? Magkano? So, yun yung mga important na dapat nakalagay dun sa iyong business page. Dahil for sure, bago ka puntahan din ng mga customers mo, nag-check yan ng iyong Facebook page. So, this one, kailangan mo siyang ma-establish bago ka magbukas. So, ang mga, by default, ang makakabasa or makakakita ng iyong business page ay yung mga friends mo, friends of friends, or mga invited mo dun sa page, and also mga tao na within 2 kilometers perimeter from your location. So kung gusto mo i-expand yun, pwede pong mag-boost ng post or kaya naman pag-share, no? Share mo sa ibang mga platforms pa or mga other pages, and also you can ask your friends na i-share din yung inyo pong business page. So, ayan. Also, once na meron na po tayong business page, very important na i-update natin lagi yung ating mga audience. So, very healthy kung once or twice a week nakakapag-post tayo doon sa ating business page. And last but not the least is to have a positive attitude. So, kahit anong pasukin natin, napaka-importante po na tayo ay may positive attitude. Ayan. So, aside from those tips na shinare po natin, these are also some of the things that you can do during your own business research. So, ano ba yung ginagawa natin bago pa man tayo mag-open ng isang business? So, very good kung tayo po ay nakakabisita ng iba't ibang mga coffee shop din para yon yung magiging natin, parang model din also. At marami din tayong makukuhang tips, no? Based dun sa ating pag-visit dun sa mga shop na yon. So, take the opportunity na i-check po yung mga bagay na to every time na tayo ay pumupunta ng iba't ibang mga coffee shop. So, number one is how the experience differ during na maraming tao, during nang wala masyadong tao. Okay? Menu items and prices, very important po yan. So, ako po, pinipicturean ko talaga yung mga menu, mga presyo. Although, meron na rin tayong costing guide. Okay? Promo, special offers, layout and design. So, although meron na kayong sarili nyong preferred na design, na kung saan pag coffee shop po, this year, no? Or actually, for the past years, ang na-associate si coffee sa mga wood accent o kaya mga garden cafe. Okay? And then, ngayon, ang mga nauso, less is more, mga aesthetic style. Ayan. And then, okay, so ito yung mga importanteng ma-check natin. So also, don't forget to check the customers' demographic patterns such as age and gender. So alam naman natin, hindi lahat ay umiinom ng kape. So very important na ma-target mo din yung mga kasama ng iyong mga customers na non-coffee drinkers. So like for example, dito po sa Barista 24, we don't only offer coffee drinks. So meron din kaming mga milk tea, meron din kaming mga milkshakes, juice. So ayan yung mga ino-offer natin para naman doon sa mga non-coffee drinkers. So kung mga bagets naman, mga kids din, meron din kaming hot chocolate for them. And the vibe of the coffee shop, from the decoration to the music. So other than that, you can also check kung ayaw mo naman pumunta na iba't ibang mga coffee shop para makita yung actual setting. You can also do this at home. So pwede ka pong mag-research. So gamit ang iyong mobile phone or your laptop. But then again, the type of coffee business that you choose will determine your startup cost and your risk. But your determination, your knowledge, and your skills will determine your success. So, depende po sa kung gaano kalaki na business setup yung gusto mong simulan. So, actually, kung coffee cart business yan, we offer a package po na worth 42,000, kasama na dun yung cart and lahat ng equipments na kailangan mo to start. And also, free training po yun and free recipes kung gagamit ka ng mga manual brewing tools. And then, meron din po tayong mga packages na without a cart, so mas mababa yung price niya kapag walang cart. Ano pa? Kung gusto mo naman, full package na, meron po kami ino-offer din doon na 100,000 yung package. So, ikaw na yung bahala sa location and then provided din po namin yung training for that. Ayan. And lahat ng tools din na kailangan. So, isend din po namin sa email nyo para makita nyo po kung ano yung mga ino-offer namin ng mga business packages. So, ayan, good luck.